asked you to mow it, nobody asked you to nothing, you know.
When I do stuff like that, like when I draft up these letters, these meetings, stuff that I would probably, I don't want to send that out this week or next week. How do you guys want to receive it? Can you send it to Larry and get a stamp of approval?
You can, or you can put it on our Outlook
Okay.
webpage. Now, I put all you guys on your emails on Outlook. So everything that I'm receiving automatically, you should get it. Not all the time, man.
Yeah.
At Millie.
Can you get the sign-in sheet, Larry? You got it already? You can give me. Oh, I still got it. That's, you need it? Okay.
Yeah, I gotta get Jason to help me with that email thing again. I still.
Well, he knows all about it. He knows, he straightened me out. I'm not a computer savvy person.
Not either.
Never have been.
It's driven me nuts to get into it.
It did me too. Thank you, Larry.
Ready?
Let's call a meeting to order.
Have absolutely nothing for you to do.
Let's say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I need a motion to accept last month's minutes.
Second.
Third. It's good enough.
Who need those, please?
Well, Kyla, if you have anything.
So I've been in contact with Mr. McCombs about our building over there. He said he already installed an egress window for our downstairs apartment, which was a major issue.
You put one in?
Yeah, he had that done within his 10-day time frame. You can pop over there, you can see it. It's significantly larger than the last one. His next item he plans to take care of is the electric inspection, which is definitely priority because there was rat's nest in there. So I'm gonna follow up with him at the end of this week, see where he's at with that. So as long as he's working with us on our end, we're open to all.
Yeah,
Get movement on his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flexibility, so we're doing check-ins with him and everything on that. We're still waiting for updated permits for the parking lot back there, West Harrison Inc. For their new locations. We're not going to bother them about the stuff on wheels, but we still want them to get permit for their updated location of the Connex containers. And then Drew's Ave Apartments, went by there again. There's even more stuff out there. You know, barrels still out there, 2 more couches. So I took more pictures, sent him another letter. So hopefully he'll get that cleaned up. And then Shelby did come by and we did talk about the hazardous materials updating in the code. She'll probably talk more about that whenever she goes to speak tonight. And then got the shed for the liquor store permitted, their new one. And then the driveway ordinance, you guys. So I want to make sure before I finalize the ordinance that I was fully understanding. You guys want concrete and asphalt only for the entire width of the driveway, but you're going to allow parking areas to be dust-free material. So that means you're going to allow like gravel with tar, millings. That's your intention, and you don't want gravel at all. Is that what I'm understanding?
See, dust-free material
That-
doesn't mean asphalt or concrete, does it?
No, it does.
What is dust-free?
Ain't
Gravel.
That does different dust. So it could be gravel that somebody agrees to keep wet. It could be millings, you know, could be gravel with tar. So pretty much anything that's not going to generate dust.
Well, see, the main thing is to keep the dust down because when the dust, it affects the neighbor.
So you're okay with just dust free for the parking areas, but you want,
I don't know. I want Patty and Joy and the rest of you to take a look at this, what you propose. Can you hand that to them? Take it.
that's the updated one.
I want you to take a look at it and see how it's stated. Now, see, the thing is, what I see is it should be the total length of the driveway from the edge of the pavement. However long the driveway is, it should be dust-free or asphalt.
Free, because that like, you can allow mills, you could allow gravel, tar, so
I'd say at least asphalt, wouldn't you?
asphalt, concrete.
Or concrete, but asphalt's cheaper for people to put in.
Well, I got them. Anyways. Any driveways.
Yeah.
long.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They did tell us what it is.
In this whole town, how many driveways are really gonna get put in?
Right.
2?
Yeah,
Probably not many, but if any does get put in, Larry,
And how long?
we've got that ordinance that states that they have to use certain material like asphalt or concrete, and it has to be the length of the driveway. The way it states there, it can only be 40 feet from the road. Well, if you put a long driveway in, it should be the total length.
I know, but there's only
Okay,
a
here-
couple houses in the whole town that can have a driveway that long.
That's what I was gonna say.
yeah.
Wilhelm's put a place in
That's what.
That was-
and bordering Paul here. I don't know whether they've got it planned to put a long driveway back there and then a parking lot made out of gravel. I don't
Well, the
know.
problem is.
The
we
house
can't-
next to me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's doing a driveway from the roadway all the way up the side of the
We
house
can't make
to
it.
the backyard, and then the backyard, he wants to put like a 6-car pad back there to park 6 different cars back there.
Well,
He wants to do it all with gravel.
if it's 1 or 2 dwellings, it's in here. He can only put a gravel pad for like 2 cars or 2 residents, the way I read it.
Part where if it's for parking, it doesn't have to be dust free. Because if you're gonna park there, you can stop.
You want that dust free too? We can do that.
Claire,
We can do that.
are we doing explicitly dust free or are we doing asphalt, concrete only?
I'd say, what do you guys say? Asphalt and concrete, and the parking lot too has to be asphalt or concrete?
Yeah.
That's pretty.
I just say dust free.
Dust free on the parking lot?
Yeah, he did. He came in early June, so that ship sailed on that one, but
Yeah, he can't affect him now. eh?
nope. he's gonna be
No, he's
pre-existing,
grandfathered in then.
Conforming, yeah.
Yeah.
But still, we need to have this on our ordinance.
Yeah.
We need to have it.
Future, so dust free.
I say okay.
Dust, what
I
do you
say
think?
dust free.
What do you think?
Dust free.
Okay,
For the parking space
okay,
and the whole length of the driveway?
and whole length of driveway, so
Yeah.
we're gonna allow millings and everything for
Yeah.
the driveway.
Asphalt, asphalt
As
on the
long as-
length of the driveway and concrete. And the parking pad in the back, can it be dust free?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
so
that
y'all
way.
want asphalt and concrete for the drive and dust free for the parking.
right,
Okay,
Yeah.
right. That's good.
Okay.
That's good.
Okay, one more.
all right, so
What is dust free? That's what I want.
that,
So there.
yeah, we can
Well, it's
define.
different
dust.
properties, it's different materials, but it's dust. But
Well,
it's dust,
but-
it's dust free.
Gravel, tar, or sometimes it is.
Pieces of black tire.
Yeah. Probably.
That's really good.
Yeah.
It's really not
We
gonna
can-
matter, Patty, because he's already got the permit to put it
Yeah.
back there with gravel.
Yeah, yeah, we can look into defining that and like keeping it to millings or gravel with tar, if that's like,
Yeah, the town owns the rest of the property.
Okay.
Yeah, construction in West Harrison, unless we sell that property, isn't gonna
You
do,
can't,
there isn't
you
any.
can't build that there.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's floodplain
It's
and,
floodplain.
right.
Okay. So I'll rewrite that and I'll send it to your guys' email. And then if there's anything you want changed, email me, let me know, and I'll try and get you guys a final before the next meeting. And then I did bring the interlocal for next year. Those are in your guys' packets. I
Yeah,
handed them out
I just-
before.
yeah.
It's, everything's the same, just a 3% increase on the fees and then,
Is that 3% yearly increase?
Yeah.
Every year?
Yeah.
3% more, 3%.
yes, I believe so.
So what-
I think St. Leon and Dillsboro, they're contesting that, aren't they?
Dispatch.
Oh, that's just a
Right.
dispatch. I'm sorry. It's a
what are you
dispatch.
talking about? I didn't hear what you
This
said.
is for,
Okay.
And
we pay them $12,075 a year right now
Right,
to do what she's doing, to
Oh,
take care
so-
of all this stuff.
okay, they get,
Oh, I wasn't.
so they want
here,
a
but
3%
That's what
increase.
that is, and
Okay.
it's been that same price for the last 3 years. Now they're wanting to
3%.
start raising it 3%.
yeah, let me see if it's each year. or
That's
if it's-
fine.
Find that out.
That's fine.
But then in 3 years, they'll revisit it again.
So,
and see what they are.
I don't think it's 3% each year. It's just a 3%. If you look, the way Nicole wrote it,
Yeah.
3% flat for the next 3 years.
She walked in the next 3 years.
So it's only 3% over that.
Yes.
Okay, so that.
Yeah, so it's not gonna be like 9%. It's 3% for the next 3 years.
Okay,
And so we want to get that before Plan Commission in October and then hopefully the Board of Commissioners in November. So if you guys can give us your feedback, hopefully, November, that would be great, but
As far as the price,
just
it's.
if you guys are okay with it, if it's done, if you have any questions
Well,
about,
no, because tonight we're doing the budget stuff too.
yeah,
I put in the amount, what we were paying, because I didn't have a new number.
yeah,
Now I do have a new number, so that's what'll go in there.
yeah.
And this is a fixed budget just for you guys, and I have another fixed budget for 911,
well, we can approve,
which is also changing.
we can approve this, but right now.
Let's just take a vote on it.
It's,
Okay, so if y'all
Let's
want
take
to
a vote
approve
on
it, we'll just.
What do you think about that 3%?
I say yes,
Yes.
Okay,
done.
Thank
It's
you.
done.
And then, yeah, I'll just need a copy of the signed one whenever y'all get it done, so I can take it to the
We'll get it.
Plan Commission.
Get them signed.
Okay, thank you, guys.
Thank you.
hey, I got one thing to ask you.
Yeah.
Now, this yard on 749 South State Street, the grass that you were gonna come down, did you get any pictures?
We only send like letters, but it's technically in the town code, not the zoning code, so we can't technically enforce it, but we can send a letter, but even to send a letter, we have to have some sort of record. A photo,
Somebody mow it.
pictures from the front yard. I need pictures from the neighbor. We're gonna send a letter. Somebody who can see it, because we don't trespass.
Larry, didn't you have a picture of that lady? Didn't she take a picture, the one that lives next door?
of the.
You text me. You text me.
But I thought they'd went back there and cut it.
Not that I know of, because it still looks pretty bad. I get weeds that tall.
Yeah,
Is it? Cause I thought they had cut it. When I drove.
It's,
If you go down to the car wash, it's about the 5th house on the right.
yeah.
It's their backyard. It's,
Oh, on State Street?
Yes.
I know the one you're talking about.
yeah,
Yeah.
great.
Now,
Yeah,
we
Wayne-
tried,
Wayne,
Tyler. We took
Who's
the grass ordinance down,
The lady.
knocked on the
lady
door,
next
we
door.
contacted the young fellow.
I was gonna say yes.
But I don't think it did any good.
Cause she's afraid of pigs.
Yeah.
grass grows really fast and people tend to be repeat offenders to grass. So it's probably gonna be an ongoing thing until we
Yeah.
get drought or anything, but if I have a picture, I could send a
So
letter.
you want me to send you a picture
Yeah.
of that?
If
Yeah.
you guys see it again, I'll send another letter. I'll just send a bunch of letters.
Okay.
That's all we can do, really.
Violation, you do them.
Do we have a grass ordinance?
We do.
Okay.
We adopted that, what, 4 or 5 months ago?
Okay.
Something like that.
I thought we did.
I heard that gets a wee bit tricky in court, because we just talked to Andy about this with the county, and then like,
Yeah. Harrison has-
they mow their grass right before court, and then they go back, and it's just
Yeah.
endless thing, but.
Well, and somewhere else in your code, I think it's for nuisance, that constant abatement and traffic that has to go out, so we could maybe amend the grass ordinance to make enforcement easier. I think we've got-
Yeah, that could be a good idea, cause that's definitely something that would have refused.
That would be good.
Yeah, and then you don't have to send in letters and hope we think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, would there be any, Shelby, would there be any kind of a fine involved in that?
So right now, if the code is written for any nuisance involved, the maximum you can find, $500.
Yeah.
Which is excessive. One of the things.
That's pretty excessive, but
Yeah, one of the things, and I'll get to it, the Judge Lawrence has asked for like an update. The fine schedule for the different ordinance violations, so that's something we could just, if we ratify a fine schedule, and we include violations. For the grass. We can ticket it, we can go to court like a citation or any other,
what do you guys think? I'm thinking only $50 for,
generally what you guys do.
Yeah, I would
$50.
I'll say that'd be enough, $50.
yeah.
That's plenty.
Want to take a vote on that?
Just,
If we have to find the people that don't clean their yards up and they're over 8 inches tall weeds,
$50, I agree.
$50 is enough,
I'll present on that in a minute, and some other proposed fines, and then Judge Johns has asked for that updated fine schedule, so what I would do is. I would type it up and print it out, and you guys, at the next meeting, you could sign off on it, ratify it, and I'll get it to the court.
That'll work.
Okay.
That'll work.
But I need to pick your brain about some other things too.
And then
Now-
whenever you guys get that forward, and then I do house all official documents. That's awesome.
Now, another thing I have,
Oh,
You said wind question.
well, I lied. I got it written down here. Drew Fab Properties.
yes, I spoke about, 'em. I know, I saw the 2 couches out there.
Well, the lady that manages the properties for Drew Fab.
Yep.
She complained to Jason that people are putting their garbage, people in the neighborhood, they're putting their garbage in that dumpster.
That's the property owner's responsibility.
And
Then so, wow,
Yeah, that's their.
an enclosure.
yeah,
Make a suggestion to them that they put an enclosure and move it away from the alley and put it just a little, they got room to do it.
we have, and it has not been perceived well, he believes that the dumping is because of the police presence. He argues about it, we have suggested those things, and he's not very receptive to it, so.
Yeah, that's property owners.
Well, I guess sooner or later, we'll have to make them receptive to it because that's the proper thing to do. If you think people in the neighborhood put garbage in your dumpster, you got to do something to stop it. You can't rely on our police
Right.
to 24/7 sit there and watch them,
That's their job. Put up cameras.
We did talk about updating the dumping ordinance also, so if somebody gets caught, we have. Maybe go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't even have anything.
We don't have a dumping and littering ordinance, you just have a general garbage and refuse ordinance, so it's on the list, we're gonna.
Yeah, so
What you gonna do?
see where it goes from there, once y'all get that, yeah. Anything else?
let me look at my list here. I think that's about all I have for you. Yeah.
I didn't hear you, and you might have said it, and I didn't hear you didn't. Has anybody addressing the issue of mold in that building?
Not yet, so.
Cause he brought that up last month.
Yeah, we will address that. We're gonna make sure all the items are completed before we schedule a final inspection. So he told us he got the egress window down, he told us to take care of electric,
Okay.
but we're not gonna let him off the hook till he's completed
Right.
it all.
I just didn't know if you'd said something, I missed it or not. That's all.
But the health department did go down there, and they did not verify the mold.
Yeah, I read that. And they did mention,
So there again, and they inspected it again, but they did not see evidence of mold.
Okay.
There's definitely that leaking in that back apartment, there's definitely a water issue, definitely could be mold, definitely something that has to be fixed. But there's.
And there's soft spots in the floor too, I think, where there has to be water intrusion coming.
So that does have to be addressed. and-
Okay, but he's doing stuff, so.
Yeah.
He's working, yeah,
There's a roach infestation too,
Yeah.
so yeah. we'll-
roaches too.
Yeah,
But they didn't find mold in there.
no, not the health department. We specifically told them that they were concerned. So I don't have a site inspection from that time they went after, but they did. Well, actually, they did put it on there. They said no evidence. All that.
Okay,
Okay,
I don't know how that site inspection went, because I wasn't present, but that's what I know.
okay. You guys got anything else? I don't.
Oh, I have all this.
yeah,
You got a whole list?
yeah, I want to bring up something.
Go ahead.
I think our marshal deserves a pay raise. I
You know
found out,
what?
I found out he hasn't had a raise since he started here. It's been 4
I
years.
think he does too. I think he deserves a raise.
And it's hard to keep good people in one spot.
Well,
And
and I'll tell you what, he does a lot of things here. He helps me pass out these ordinances, people to clean grass up.
I think he does a great job.
Yeah, and he helped me put on those, he put up those,
And
helped
we're-
me, the engine brake signs on State Street.
Right. Well, the reason I bring this up is because it's hard to find a good person. It's hard to find a good person. There's police jobs constantly popping open that have to be enticing to someone, to get more money. And I think we need to pay him some more money.
I agree.
That I think he's earned it. And with the way prices and stuff are, so I'm gonna suggest $3 an hour pay raise. That puts him up, still ain't where it should be, but that makes him more competitive.
To look into numbers for.
He's, yeah, he's only making what, 28?
You need to look at the numbers first. Before you give that kind of raise, truthfully.
What, our budget?
Yes. That's a lot. I mean, that's a lot of money that way.
Well, what do you
More.
think?
I'd be more up to like $1 an hour or something like that myself, but that's.
Well, I'd say for right now, then, if he's the treasurer and he's saying that, until we do more investigating, I'd say for now, I vote to give him $1 an hour raise now.
What about that, Paul? $1 an hour raise?
It's fine with me.
Take a vote on it.
We're gonna. I say yes.
What about you, Paul? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Got a raise.
We can always address it later.
Yeah.
You better be ready to fight.
There's a lot of stuff that's happened in Indiana in the last year with laws and things have changed, and the money's changing, the way we're gonna be getting some of it. It's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
keep changing over the next couple of years. And some of it's a little more, some of it's a lot less.
I understand.
So
Now, let's see here. Who signed in? Well, Shelby's there. We've talked to her. Patty, you got anything? Joy? Matt Simpson. You're on.
Thank you all. My name is Matt Simpson. I'm with Dearborn County Soil and Water. So the reason I'm here is about this property at the end of West Harrison Avenue. Back in June, a resident of West Harrison reached out to me and said that they had an erosion issue on this property next to them. Told me they didn't own it, but they told me that there was an issue. I said I would come check it out. And then once I came to the site, when I was there, it was on June 26th when I went there. Then that's when I was told, oh yeah, this used to be a dump. And there was no information I had heard about that before. And so I took that into consideration with how I looked at everything I saw on the site, right? And so just a couple of things I observed. There's a pretty good drainage swale coming down off of the corner of West Street, West Harrison Avenue, right there, that comes down towards the river. And then within that swale, there's a pipe that's daylighting And if you follow the angle of it, it looks like it goes straight towards a storm drain that's right there on the south side of West Harrison
At the
Avenue.
corner
Right
where
at
the
that corner.
telephone pole is?
Yep, right at that corner.
Yeah.
And so that was one probable cause of what's creating, maybe this little erosion issue that's happening there. But then further down on the site, closer to the river, there's a lot of holes that have been forming, and this adjacent property owner has been putting concrete in those holes. I saw one that was open when I was there, and it was very dark, like black soil, which signifies decomposition. I'm not saying that there's waste in there. I'm not saying anything like that, but it's possible, based on what I was told. So I actually used to work at IDEM, Indiana Department of Environmental Management, and I used to deal with all of the unpermitted dump sites. That was part of my job. And so I'm pretty familiar with the process for it. And so the first step you do is you look for records. So I went to look for records. So I contacted IDEM, someone I used to work with there, to ask if they had any records of a dump in that location. IDEM did not find any records. They had nothing for that site. And so that's why I reached out to you all to see if you had any information about it, because that would inform what your next steps are. So that's where I'm at with it.
I haven't seen them.
I haven't either.
Get on Bob's.
That's on down the
Yeah.
river. There, I can
Yeah.
tell you over the years, there's been multiple dump sites along the river for 100 years.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm not here to enforce dumps or anything. I'm just here to help. Yeah.
I can see where somebody has concreted to help hold, to help hold the wall up so it's not eroding out and eating out. Because if you look down the river, you can see where the river gets up high and just takes it
Yeah.
out. It hasn't taken that out. So that tells me it's been there a long time. It's pretty stout still.
Yeah.
I think if it would have been a garbage dump, it probably would have by now been taken out. I would think.
Yeah, I would say just in my experience dealing with, I used to work with landfills. And so if they have a good clay cover, it would hold it in place. But once again, I'm not saying that's the case here. That's possible.
No, right next to that little drive that goes back up Harrison Avenue.
What is the property owner, the adjacent property owner, what is the actual concern? And like.
So he was worried that there's all these holes forming in this property. He's trying to figure out why. He said kids go over there all the time. They're riding their bikes and stuff. And in his words, he said, no one owns it, so no one's doing anything about it. And so that was when he said to me, if he said this is a dump, and if it's a dump, then decomposition of waste and all of that, the water coming through is going to create those holes and it's going to cause a hazard. And then it would wash that stuff into the river as well. So it was kind of an issue of, if that was the case, it's being hit from the top and the bottom, washing that away and creating those holes that are kind of just a hazard and being there.
Old stuff like that.
Yeah.
Stuff.
A couple of us went down.
Yeah.
We went and looked at it.
Yeah, a couple of us some of us went down and looked at it like that. And like I told them, I said, you go back 75 years or more, something like that, every farmer or everybody, whatever, they took a low spot or they picked a spot on a property or like, and that was their garbage pit.
Yeah. Oh, no, I know. I've experienced with it, of course.
Few hundred years, I mean,
Yeah.
so there could be something buried there, or whatever, but it's not hazardous material or anything
No,
because back
and-
then they wasn't those kind of
And I
chemicals.
never said that.
Right,
I never
those
said
kind of
that.
chemicals were never manufactured 7,500 years ago.
So the reason why I'm here, I have
Right.
nothing to do with enforcing a
Right.
waste ordinance or anything like
Yeah.
that. I'm just here because I was requested to respond to an erosion
Right.
issue. And that became, a secondary part of,
That-
well, this might be what's causing the erosion issue.
Yeah,
So basically at this point, as far as IDEM is concerned, right, from me talking to them, that it's, they're not worried about that site right now.
Right.
They don't think that there's any waste there. They have no records of it, so they don't think that there is.
right.
If, as a town, if you think that there is an issue with it, you can reach out to IDEM. There's people there on staff there, that can specifically, give you an idea of how to do like a delineation of where the waste may be, doing like borings or test
Right.
pits, or to prove that it's not there. This, in both cases, you could do it that way. Or like, what kind of soil might need to be applied if there was waste underneath that site.
And along the river, I don't know if people know, aware of this or something like that, but you're gonna get sinkhole indentations and stuff as that river erodes and the river comes up and goes down and stuff. That's just normal. You get soft spots. I mean, I've known that my whole life, that when you walk close to a riverbank, you watch where you walk because you can step into all.
Oh, yeah, of course. And some of
So-
this, I will say,
so
some of the
I didn't
holes I saw
see-
were pretty far up close.
Yeah,
to
I
the
didn't
base.
see anything there that just didn't look natural. I mean, that water running through there, it's got that little indentation, whatever. I didn't see anything. I mean, I look, yeah, before that would be anything hazard, it'd be another 100 years,
But
you know?
like too, where you see that natural little swale where the water goes down. If you would level that out, what's gonna happen to that one?
Exactly.
It fills
It has to
his
go,
yard.
it has to go somewhere.
It's gonna
Um,
fill his yard.
Yeah, and I don't have an issue with a drainage swale carrying the drainage out. My point was it's taking on extra drainage potentially, right, from the road as well. There's no curb at that corner.
That pipe,
Um,
did you see the little pipe that? was
yeah,
sticking out?
and
It's plugged up 98%.
it was not plugged up when I was there. No,
Back there, it looked like.
it was flowing when I
It
was
looked like it
there.
was almost plugged up when we were there.
But yeah, so there's,
But either way, that's a natural runoff, you know.
that's my point, right? And so the holes, where there's like the caving in that's
I
happening
appreciate you coming
as
down and
well.
calling us.
might be from, there could be a crushed pipe down there somewhere else as well. I'm
Yeah,
not saying there is.
I appreciate you coming down and
Yeah.
tell us because he didn't come to the council. He's up to something on the deal there. We don't even know what his agenda is.
Yeah, I received a very inflammatory phone call from him. I'll put it that way. Yeah. I don't know why. He's the one that called me, but
You didn't tell him what he wanted to
yeah.
hear. You didn't tell him what he wanted to
Yeah.
hear.
It could be too, Matt. If you think it's a lot of water that's coming down through that pipe and off the road. Brian mentioned putting a curb, and I agree with Larry. If you put a curb in there, you're gonna direct all that.
Towards the
water
house.
to his
Right.
yard.
Yep.
Yeah, you
It
just
may
create-
be possible that we could put on the road right there, a catch basin. A drain.
Yeah.
And connect it, we'd find out where that other pipe's running and cut it off. And connect it to the drain at the corner there at the telephone.
I don't see a problem.
It's just that pipe that I seen is about.
Yeah, that's about the diameter.
I don't know.
I don't see a problem. I
And
just,
If you guys don't think it's a problem,
I'd say we don't need to do anything.
Yeah.
Is it something the town should be worried about, and what should our next steps be based on what you said?
Good question.
That's a very good question. I think, so what I would do, so I'm not here as a regulatory body or anything like that. I can't say you must do this, you must do that. But I think I would look into seeing where that drain on that corner, where does that actually let out? If it does let out anywhere, like if there's still a pipe that's attached, or if it is crushed and laying out somewhere on that property. I would look into that, and then I would also try to figure out what the source is of what's causing, the sinking of the soil near the river. If it's the river, so be it. You can't do much about the water table going up and down.
yeah.
But if there's a crushed pipe that's down there, if there is actually waste down there, then that would be, cause for concern for a bigger issue.
Okay.
Because I-
That'd be up to you, however you
Right.
respond to that. I'm not taking it any further myself.
Thanks, Matt.
Thanks for
Yeah,
coming
Coming
down.
up and giving your opinion and.
Yeah, of course.
Appreciate you
welcome.
coming and talking to us.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Brian? Is that his name?
Brad,
Yep.
you didn't sign up and.
He got in late.
You got in here late, but you want to say something? No. Okay.
Danny? He's half asleep.
Shelby, you want to?
Yeah, that drain is leaving alone. It's been that way for, I think, 50 years.
Right.
I know it has.
I see absolutely no
I know
problem
it.
whatsoever with it.
Now Shelby, it's your turn.
Boy,
Oh, boy.
I got.
Okie dokie. So you guys voted on the interlocal agreement for the next 3 years with zoning, so they'll continue enforcement. We don't need to discuss that. However, I do have another interlocal agreement that regards our dispatch. So let me get you copies of this bad way. Oh,
We pay into that.
Yeah, we say into that, and I think they're raising.
No, it's actually they're giving us money back.
Are they giving us money back?
This is what they'll do.
Being sneaky.
That's the one you were talking about where Dillsboro and St. Leon's contesting.
Yeah, they contested it when they did it the first time too.
This is the amendment. Yeah, they like to be difficult. I think they're contrary to confidence. All right.
So, the county attorney needs to know if we're going to agree or be difficult on this. The thought here is that, you've already paid, so, you know, you've already paid for your dispatch services. This is your 911 dispatch agreement with Dearborn County for them to keep providing that service. And I think it makes financial sense, right? Because we probably don't have the money to hire our own dispatcher at this point. So, you had already paid $4,901.26 for the 2025 fiscal year, which Larry has already taken care of. What they're talking about doing would be a 30% reduction in what the original price was for the dispatch agreement to provide services. So you would effectively be credited with $1,470.38 in the 2026 fiscal year, which means you would only owe next year when Larry does the budget, you would pay $1,960.50. And then in 2027, because of that 30% reduction, you would pay the $3,430.88 instead of previously it would have been $5,403. So that's just this little breakdown. And that is pretty much what this agreement says. Now, to Larry's point, that come 2027, the tax code is going to change substantially. We are probably going to have some areas of the budget where it gets a lot tighter. You're not going to get as much grant money on certain things. And there are different things you can do to handle that. But in the short term, this is a good deal. Now, what the county is going to do after 2027, and if they're still going to offer, these services to us on the same level or for the same price, I can't say. I've got a feeling, we'll eat the whale one bite at a time. So for today, this is, you're saving money technically. That money they would propose would just be credited for 2026. So it frees up a little bit of money in the budget in that individual
I didn't
account.
know claim as much in that fund.
Yeah.
I would have had to claim like 5,040. Been 5147.
Yeah.
Now I only got to put in that part of the budget $1,960. So that makes others a little bit cheaper
Yeah.
and makes some of the other helps with other things because. Well, I don't know if you have more stuff.
I do have more stuff, but on this in particular, Andy Bond is still the county attorney, just needs to know if we're going to agree. And then I would need to get him the signed copy of the signature page to indicate our agreement. Now, St. Leon, as far as I know, and Dillsboro are still they haven't agreed to this 30% reduction. Don't know why. Might just be to be contrary. As far as I can tell from reading this, it's a pretty simple amendment. There's not really any strings attached. It makes sense to do right now.
So you need us to sign off on one of these?
Yeah, so I would need one of you to move to accept the amendment, vote on it, and then sign it, if that's what you want to do.
Take a vote on the amendment.
Yay.
Yes.
Okay, all right, and then I will just have you all sign the same page and I'll switch the signature page.
We'll use that one. Give it to her.
And I will get Larry a copy of that and get that to Andy Bonds.
Larry's got to sign it too, I think. Put your name, something. There you go.
This year's.
Damn, I was gonna take that.
I was gonna take it too.
Yeah, this is still my pen.
Made a mistake.
Yeah, he was offering me that pen. I was like, that's a good looking pen. I'll take it. And then I was gonna hand him this one back.
I don't want for me, I got a couple of things, that I wanted to discuss. I wanted to update you guys on the Sumi property. So they have retained counsel. This is 728 Pinhook, the one with the migrant encampment. They retained Amber McMillan to represent them. She did call me while I was on vacation in July and basically said, please don't sue us. We're willing to work with you. I haven't heard back since then. I had a couple of different ideas, but after talking to the deputies, I think, we don't really have the enforcement power to be sending people out there constantly. They're claiming that retaliation is the issue, and that's, they're concerned with evicting and ejecting the migrants or the homeless people, whatever you want to call them, whatever your politically correct term is for that. And so they're worried that they're going to burn a barn down. They say they received threats, and that's consistently been like their story through various people. So that's not really the town's problem. I have sent them a notice. We can go ahead and file a complaint. My thought would be if they are willing to work with us, it's going to save the town legal costs to not take this to court. So we would give them, and my thought would be we set a deadline. If you haven't filed for an eviction to evict these people by, I don't know, August 30th, we can pick the date. We've given them the notice at this point. But let's say it's August 30th, they've got to be out of there. You've got to have filed your eviction at least. Otherwise, we're going to pursue legal action. That is, I would file a complaint in city court. We could, in theory, you could fine them $2,500 a day for every day that the homeless people are still camped out down there. To enforce that, city court could just give us the judgment, but they can't necessarily enforce it. We would have to file in circuit court. So I would take Judge John's order with its stamp saying, yeah, you guys can fine them. And in circuit court, Judge Negengard would have to approve that, give the officers the ability to forcibly remove them if that's necessary. And then in theory, we can file for a lien against the property if there's a large outstanding sum of money. That's how you enforce that and recoup your legal fees, what you have to pay me. That's the more expensive way to do it, and it's more stressful for everyone involved. So I think if you guys want to agree on a date that it's got to be filed, they got to be out by this date, that is probably the most practical approach.
How is he willing to work with West Harrison? Is he gonna evict all of the homeless one by one out of there
Well,
and then clean up
yeah.
and
he
put
would
that
have to.
stuff in dumpsters
He would have
instead
to
of
abate
burying it?
Mhm. You would have to abate it. So if we were gonna do this, we were gonna say, hey, we're gonna forego, we're not gonna file our complaint till August 30th. If, XYZ, and those are the conditions you want to impose. You want to say you have to have filed to evict these people by this date. It has to be on file with the court and set for a hearing. When they are, because they would eventually be pushed out of there. When they're pushed out, you have to abate the trash that's left there and the waste according to Dearborn County's health department. They've already sent them letters, so they know what they need to do to clean it up. The problem I think you're having is that the person that actually owns the property is not Drew. And so I think you've got Drew acting as the mouthpiece and saying things.
His mother owns that.
His mother, Sarah, owns it. And really, she's the one that retained the attorney. She's the one that's saying she doesn't want to go to court. So as much as is possible, it makes more sense to just cut him out of the conversation. I get that he's
so.
down there farming it, but if he's not going to do it, Sarah's, she's liable for whatever happens.
Yeah, to me, the threat of retaliation, they have been kicked out of almost every empty building, the old Big Lots building, the old Kmart building.
Cops. If you're being threatened, call the cops.
Exactly.
Get them, charge them with criminal trespass. We talked, with the deputies, and really it's more of a Dearborn County Sheriff's Department issue.
Right.
There's only so much the town can do, but you can enforce this. It's
Yeah,
a
I would just,
nuisance and a hazard,
yeah, I
so.
would, if there's a way to incorporate into to the letter to them, whatever it's that, you will have the full enforcement of the town of West Harrison and
Yeah,
the sheriff's department to
So
back
I
you.
originally considered, me and Amber discussed doing like they would do an agreement to just let the officers check the property and do random patrols out there, just to make it uncomfortable for people to be there doing illegal things like we think they
Yeah,
are.
they could actually lease it to the town of West Harrison and let us take it over. I mean, it's,
Well, and that's one thing, but then it's your problem and it's an expensive problem.
I wouldn't want to do that.
So, there's certain things we have to do under the law. I mean, it's a floodplain. If it floods, if we get another like April style flood down there and somebody gets hurt, the town in theory can be liable. So we gotta keep on it.
Right.
So does that sound reasonable? Do you want me to reach out to their attorney and say like, hey, have the eviction filed by August 30th? Show me proof that you filed the eviction and we'll
agree.
hold off on the complaint. If
No.
it's not.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, if it's not filed, then I'd go ahead and prepare the complaint and we file the complaint on August 30th.
Is August 30th enough time to do something like it? I know how it works in Ohio. I don't know how eviction
So
maybe.
we've already sent them the notice under the law in July, like before I left for vacation, they received that.
yeah, they've had notice.
So under the law, in theory, I could go into the office tomorrow and file the complaint. And Judge Johns, would probably uphold that. We've given them proper notice. I served them like 6 ways for Sunday. So there's really no service argument they can make. They can try to argue the retaliation stuff, but I mean, the judge's response is gonna be,
Right.
well, why haven't you involved the police then if you're being threatened?
Yeah.
So,
All right, I'll make a motion to go with her suggestion, file on the
Now,
31st.
one more question though.
go ahead.
Now, if we go through with this, he cleans up. He'll have to go to Dearborn County, won't he, and make a motion through the court to let Dearborn County Police come in and inspect it periodically to make sure that there's no homeless there and they can evict them on the spot?
He could, it's his obligation, the Sumi's obligation to keep up with it. Now, the town, I mean, we're trying to be helpful. It's not that we wouldn't send officers out there if he wanted us to, but there's no point in wasting our limited resources, sending somebody out there and then having them turned away right now. Cause you got Drew being,
Yeah.
difficult or whatever's going on. So I would want something about enforcement in whatever agreement we did with him and his attorney. They would have to file the eviction by the date. They would have to abate, the health hazard per the letters they've already received from the health department.
Yep.
And they would need to let future law enforcement or enforcement code officers out there. The problem is too, though, like, we don't really know who's out there necessarily, and some of them do have criminal records.
Yeah.
So I don't want to just be sending people out there on their own because you don't know who you're dealing with.
Correct, yeah.
And that's not a fun situation to put the town in, right? So,
Right.
yeah,
Some have mental issues also.
yeah, well, and that's the reason they're probably homeless. So, but if that deadline meets approval, then I will put something together. I'll get a hold of their attorney and say, hey, you got until August 30th to figure this out, or we're filing.
Okay, let's
Um,
put it up for a vote. What do you guys think?
I say, let's go with her proposal.
Do we say August 30th or the 29th? Cause that's a Friday.
You wanna do the 29th? Glad you know. Okay,
You agree?
August 29th.
Do what?
Do you agree?
I agree, yeah, oh, I agree.
Yep, we all agree.
I put it up for a vote, so you guys.
Yay.
Just double check, it changed the date.
Okay.
It changed the date to the
It's gonna
29th.
be,
I agree. I say,
it's gonna be the
29th.
29th.
29.
Well, I can't file on Saturday.
No, you're right, you're right.
2 extra days till. the-
I never even thought about that, Paul.
Yeah, I mean, they've had
That's
over-
what they-
almost over a month already.
Changed the dates.
All right, we talked about that. Another thing I wanted to pick your brains about, you do not technically have a dumping and littering ordinance. Sounds like a lot of your enforcement issues regarding dumpsters and trash would probably, that would help if you had a dumping and littering ordinance specifically that made dumping a violation.
Should we copy Dearborn counties?
Yeah, so you have a garbage and like a general refuse and hazardous waste one, but it doesn't, so what it does is it puts the onus on the property owner to prevent the dumping and the littering.
Okay.
And then like with Drew Fab, you can technically cite him for not having the dumpster enclosed to prevent
Right.
people from dumping. But the reality is if it's not enclosed, people are gonna keep dumping stuff there. So what you wanna do is you wanna make the actual act of dumping and littering something that Jason can just write a citation.
Yeah.
And then I can drag him into city court and do
Can
the
you
whole.
draw something up for us to?
Yeah, so we would copy probably Dearborn County, most of the letter. They've got a better one, I think, than most places.
Yeah.
And then we would add it to our fine schedule. So if you're open to that, I'll prepare an ordinance for that, add it to the fine schedule, and we can make that a problem for the next. Okay,
Well, what do you think? Let's take a vote on that. I think it's a good idea.
I'm surprised we didn't already have one. Yeah.
yeah, you
I agree.
need one, I think. Dumping and, so you need me to draft the ordinance and add it to the fee schedule. On that note, the fee schedule, real quick, Judge Johns at Lawrenceburg City Court has asked for an updated fine schedule. So anytime one of these guys writes a ticket, the way that the fine schedule has been done in the past, it's specific to each type of ordinance violation. So if you violate 72, you go down and it's like this. I think you should just make a general fee schedule. So take out the reference to specific ordinances and just say, hey, the first time we have to take you to court, whether it's for not
Right, like
cutting
three strike deal.
Yeah.
Like bang, bang, bang.
50, 70, whatever it is, 25, 50, 75, and then your
Right.
court cost is 135, 50. We can't waive that.
That goes on everything, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if they get a $50 grass cutting deal, they'll still get 100 and whatever for the.
Yeah, that's the court cost. So really it's like 155 for their first violation. And well, we had one of the issues we had, somebody was written a ticket for violating a loud noise ordinance that you guys have. But the wording in your ordinance says the minimum fine allowed is $1,000
Oh, Lord.
and the maximum is $2,500. That's probably just copy and pasted from something else. Like it probably just ended up in there, you know, how they do. But I got into court and realized
Yeah.
I used my discretion, not gonna lie, and I was like, I think $1,000 is a lot, so maybe
Right.
we'll dismiss this one. And I talked to Jason, he's like, yeah, I wasn't trying to bankrupt the dude.
What about $50?
Yeah, and I think that's the easiest way to do it, is we do a general fine fee schedule instead of doing it like per each type of violation, the way that it currently is. I would just take Judge John's a new thing that you had all approved and just say, hey, for your first violation of any of these ordinances, you're gonna pay $50 the first time, or I think it's 25, then 50, then 75, plus the court costs. And if it's a situation where I don't think maybe the town doesn't have the best argument there, I'll waive the actual fine and they just pay the court costs or whatever it is.
Okay.
But
Yep.
that just might be my inner defense attorney coming out too. So if you're good with that, I will prepare a new fine
Make a
schedule.
motion. What do you think, Rick?
I say-
Paul?
I say yes.
I think it's a good idea.
Makes it easier.
Same.
It'll pretty much be the same. It'll be less specific and I'll get you, no, you're good. I'll get you, we got to get you guys copies of everything and the Judge Johns needs it. And we'll need to post that probably at some point in the future. We'll post the fine schedule on the town website, because that's my most common complaint when I go to court is, well, I couldn't find this. I was
Isn't
like,
that a-
well, I
Isn't there a bulletin board down outside on the wall?
There is, I think.
probably is,
Yeah,
but
we can post-
people,
Something like that we can put on there too.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, we'll just add it. Okay, we talked about that. We talked about that. Do you have any questions for me?
Nope.
Oh, it sounds like you would like me to send a letter to Mr. Brian Kelly.
Yeah.
Is that
and ask him what his intentions are.
The nasty house?
The water.
The water, he's the guy
Oh, yeah.
that,
Yeah, we want a letter sent in.
yeah,
Okay,
and ask him what his intentions are.
and I'll just make it very clear that we're aware it's town property.
And I think we need to have it surveyed,
And put on there that he doesn't need to mow it.
and he doesn't need to mow it anymore. We need to have it surveyed.
Okay.
And we'll do that.
Whose phone is that yours? Hey, we talked to her, dude. It's a, they say two.
Yeah. Okay, I have nothing else then, guys. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Shelby.
That's true, man. You can make them put a thing around the notes like that, but the wall, where is it? Oh, we made it.
Yeah, but
You
they.
do it.
They're all-
Do you realize how many dumpsters are out there, Danny, that we would have to make these people put enclosures around their dumpsters?
But the north is already in it.
Yeah.
They've got them up here, but
Where else is it?
my suggestion is ease into it a little bit and have Kyla write them a letter that if they're worried about people not belonging to their building, other people putting garbage in their dumpster, put an enclosure around it and put it up closer to their building.
And that it's their responsibility.
Yeah, it's their responsibility to do that.
It's not ours and it's not Jason's responsibility.
Yeah.
It's same, a bit different than any property owner.
Well, there's so many dumpsters
Right.
aren't enclosed. I mean,
Right. Well,
Well, some of them you've already made do it
right.
before.
I agree, but you realize how many letters sent out on all these other dumpsters? My gosh, you could have letters.
I think we're done. I think.
Well,
You're.
Jason got anything?
We gotta.
Jason, you got anything?
Was those, clock cameras? I think they would be a nice tool to have for.
Well, I like that idea too, but after him talking about, our budget and you not getting as big a raise, I think, we'll just kind of hold off on this.
Okay, but what they are, Harrison is about, we're looking at putting two more in Harrison Avenue, top of Harrison Avenue. And then if we would put them in at each end of the town.
We tell Harrison if they pay for it, we'll let them put two over there. Yeah, we'll let them put two on our side.
All
The
together.
grant until you get it for them, they're like, yeah.
That's $6,000 a year.
Like,
That's $6,000.
it's about 3750 to put one in.
What's that?
It's about 33,750 to put one.
That's
camera.
if you put the.
That's to put a pole and put a camera
If we use our poles, it's $150 for them to install. So it'd
Yeah.
be 3150.
and 3,000 for the camera
A
and
year.
$6,000 a year for
Two.
service.
It'd be $6,000 a year for.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
You know, so you're looking at basically $10,000 per camera,
Yeah, I think we'd have to,
basically.
yeah, I
We'll
think we'd have
look at
to
it. And
wait and see what the new budget is and all that kind of
They're
stuff.
great.
Huh?
They would help out a lot.
They would.
I think they
How
would.
many,
Oh, they're a big
okay,
help.
I know this does, but how many plates actually get run here?
Right, but I'm just saying,
It catches.
if we had
everything.
another camera, like if the cameras at the bathroom were to catch somebody flying down the street because they just stole a car out front of Mitchell's house.
Yeah,
We get that license plate, the next time that car comes through here, that flock license plate reader is gonna pick it up and let them know that they came through.
Yeah,
And can send them a list.
it picks up
Pick up warrants.
any vehicles, anybody that's wanted it, that,
Yeah, the
that
town
systems in this.
trying to catch someone that fast, that quick is gonna be really good,
It is, but if,
because the state line right there.
right, but if they're on,
Yeah, if it's live stream, you
It
get.
ain't just a state, line, it's the town limits. It's going, I mean,
I'm not saying it's not expensive, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
We
Yeah, it's
use
a-
those, I use those cameras downtown. And they are great.
Yeah.
We have caught so many people with the flock cameras. So,
well, let's put it on the
Yeah.
burner.
right, I'm not saying you have to do it right now.
Talk it over.
Well, I would say we need to,
You guys write tickets from these cameras?
To make arrests.
My job, I don't, but the sheriffs in the city of Cincinnati, yes,
They
and
write
make
tickets
arrests.
From the cameras.
Mhm.
Or
Not
make
ticket- no, not
arrests. That's
tickets.
what I'm saying. just
Not a
arrests.
ticket, for arrests, yeah.
Because I know when other countries do write tickets with these cameras.
You can't do that in the state of Ohio. I
know,
don't think you
but
can in
When I
Indiana.
was in Europe, I got a ticket, speeding ticket from one of these cameras in the mail,
Yeah,
sent to me.
they got them in the,
Yeah.
yeah, they take, and they had the picture of your vehicle too, didn't they?
They had
Because
a
everything's in
picture,
common.
Yes.
Yeah, these are a good deal. I mean, they catch wanted criminals.
Well,
I mean,
well,
But I would say,
well,
I would say we need to wait and see what our new budget's gonna be.
look at it and I'll
Oh.
look
Maybe
at,
we get one.
there are
Yeah.
grants that you can apply for some of this
You,
type of
you
stuff.
mean Jan's?
Oh,
I get them sent to me information
Hey.
all the time.
he brought up a good idea. We may be able to get a grant.
Yeah, there are grants that they
Yeah,
do for
they're out
stuff
there.
like this, so you just have to look them up, and I get them sent to me pretty regularly. Cause I asked for them, grant stuff like this, when we were doing the radios in the cars. You know, that we had to get to do, but we had to get them so fast, I couldn't do paperwork that quick to get them in the
Yeah.
amount of time.
Right.
So.
We'll see what you can.
I
Let's
can
see
check
if we can
into
get a
this.
grant,
It'll
check
take me a
into
little
it.
bit, but I can check into
Well, that'd be great. Be great.
Yeah, I'm,
There is different ones.
again, I'm not
I
saying we
think
have to
they're
spend
good.
money on it. I just know how well they work.
Yeah, I was gonna bring
Yeah.
this up, but I backed out on it after here,
Well,
trying to get him a raise.
You can leave, get home. Bye, Kyla. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, Jason, Paul mentioned to me Jan's car.
Yeah,
What are we gonna do about that?
put a sticker on it, it's expired. I'll put a sticker on
Put
it.
another sticker on it?
Yeah, because I don't have very many, and I gotta get some made. So I got about 4.
She was gonna have it towed out, wasn't she?
It's visible from the public alleyway or public street. It's 2 years expired, so it's in violation of the ordinance.
Yeah.
Throw the 72-hour sticker on it.
Yeah,
Good lord.
put a sticker on it.
Is she?
Do what?
It's on.
Title board,
She's been trying to get a title for it for over 2 years, but
has she?
I did what he said to go me.
Cause I talked to her.
Is it in the yard?
I talked to Jan, and she said her mom.
Where the alley
She would
is,
have that. She would have
It's
that.
over on her property or her landlord's property on one side. It's off the one side, off the alley.
It's in the driveway.
It's in the driveway.
It used to be a garage.
Yeah.
How can we go after somebody if they got a business parking their drive?
Well, just, the only thing you can is it's not
he'll
licensed.
pull it out of there for nothing.
Take it out. do whatever she-
Can you legally do anything?
Honey shell behind me has got built, been sitting there for 10 years.
I know.
Under your ordinance.
I don't know this one.
The thing is, it's sitting on her personal property in that driveway. You go right down.
I don't
the
even think
street
it
here,
runs.
it's just like that.
Right.
All these places.
He's been putting stickers on them too.
They park on the yards on State Street.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
disgusting.
the windows tonight.
Yeah.
We're just gonna
But it's.
see if Jan will move the cars, or basically gonna do.
That's all.
Window's been broken out of it since my plumbing guys came and backed into it and broke the window. They paid her for it. No, they paid her for it. I have it on
All
camera.
right, what we got? man?
Now, we got one more thing to run across the council.
Okay.
William Brogel, 211 West Harrison Avenue, down here on West Harrison Avenue. He lives on the right-hand side. He borders the land in question that West Harrison owns. The walnut tree, you know about it.
Yeah, yeah.
The walnut tree got so laden with big heavy walnuts. The branch overhangs his property towards his gutters and it broke off. Now the tree's healthy. He was wondering if he could have it trimmed and have some of those other branches cut off. I think we ought to go ahead and do it. It's on Market Street. It's on West Harrison property.
Yeah, I look at that and it needs to be
So-
trimmed.
We we don't know it's on our property until we see a survey.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know, but Market Street does belong to West Harrison. If you look at it, look.
Yeah, but if you look at the paper, that street was 10 feet wide when that was written. That street's 22 feet wide now. I don't know if we know.
Well, I would say,
Well, let's go ahead and have it surveyed.
I'll just say
I'll
let's-
I'll call.
let's get it surveyed and then go from there.
Unless, and I can look and see if I happen to have the survey, because you said that someone said Chris said it had been
Yeah,
surveyed.
Chris says it has been surveyed several times, is what she told me.
I don't know. of
If it has, there's gotta be a record
Yeah, the
somewhere.
county would have to have a record of it.
We should have a record, so.
See if the surveyor.
He said, I don't know if Danny remembers having it done, but she said that the town council had had that surveyed several times.
Where's all your?
That's been before my time.
I mean.
The-
okay,
Did they
I'll
do
look-
it, did they
I'll
do it
look
while
at
you
the
was in
computer.
office?
Look in the computer, see if I can find.
Did they ever survey it while you was on council?
Sure don't.
Well, he was on council for 19 years and he said they never did it the whole time.
I mean,
I don't remember. I was on
we can
council.
trim the tree, I just hate
Right.
to spend the money if
Right.
it's not ours and
Right.
it's whatever, and
I'll call.
Find out if there's a survey been done.
Yeah.
And if not, let's get one done.
there should be, it should be on record somewhere.
Right.
You would
I'm
think.
thinking we would have had the county surveyor come up and probably do it.
Yeah.
They used to be out.
Well,
So,
let's see what Shelby can find out through the surveyor's office.
And I agree, if it is ours, it does need some trimming.
We need to be trimming it if
'Cause
it's
I'll-
ours.
I'll look
I
at it.
agree.
well, nobody's done anything with that property in years
Right,
and years
right.
and years and years.
Right. But
Wait
some of
a
that
minute.
has potential. to
I got
damage
another
this
copy.
property.
I got another copy.
You're too young to have, you're too young to act like this.
Okay.
For a survey.
Here's Harrison Avenue, West Harrison Avenue. Okay. Here, when you look on Beacon, if you get on Beacon at home, you'll see where West Harrison owns this part here and it's 20 feet wide and 110 feet deep. But years ago, this used to be called Market Street.
Yeah,
And it goes.
And if
straight
you
back.
go along the curve here, it lines up, goes clean to the river and it lines up. If it's ours, we need to find out, but that's where these trees are at.
the picture, the
problem
picture
is-
showed from the center of the street to
Right.
here.
To Rick Bischoff.
The picture showed from the center of the street to Rick's yard.
Yeah.
But we
Yeah.
gotta find out whether
It's
we
even
own,
maybe
still own
like-
the street.
That's only like 10 feet.
Like an easement for the road,
Well,
for the house that
It's
just.
in the old drawing.
Yeah, so
In the old
probably-
drawings,
It
it
is.
shows that as the road. If
Yeah.
you look at the history of Harrison Avenue, it continues on. Past the
Yeah.
river, on past in history.
Yes, if somebody has to, but yeah.
Well,
like it's.
that's gonna
what's
be,
the road?
that would be, it'd end up being
West
town over at
Harrison,
Sheridan.
yeah. They're definitely-
Which is.
We need to have it surveyed or find out
Yeah,
if
the
it's been
question is-
surveyed.
Yeah, the question is, do we own half of the width of the street, 110 feet, or do we own the whole width of the street, 110 feet?
Because
We
in
definitely
in the
own half,
days
we
that
definitely
this
own
was
half
done,
of it.
It was one lane, it
Yeah.
was one road, 10 foot.
I'm sure it's both by now,
It probably-
because
well,
you're not
please.
just gonna give them, who also would own it. You're just gonna-
Right,
Well, I-
right.
It
Actually,
would
I
have been a
think,
guy that.
I think
Scott-
this corner, this property is, I think it's part of Summey's,
It is back in here.
this here.
Yeah, but that part.
He doesn't own any of it. His property line stops right at that driveway,
It does.
right at the driveway.
Yeah, where he's got all that camping on stuff and all that.
So
Yeah, where he's got that
Same
canopy, on
person
it, that's
knows
somebody's
this.
property.
some person that owns this owns all that. Summey's. Brian
Yeah,
stops right
yeah.
here.
Brian and Kim's.
Yeah, they,
Part there is technically on Mitchell's property that they've been using all. their
yeah,
years. Yeah.
Mitchell, the whole section
Yeah.
that comes.
Benson Ford
Yeah.
property up back through there.
Technically, they own that, but.
Even where
Brian-
Kelly put his,
Technically, it's not even Mitchell's
deck
property.
out there.
Right.
That's his property.
I know it is.
Yeah, that's Sumi's.
Austin owns the land, Mitchell owns the land.
Yeah,
He owns
It's his family.
since-
Mitchell Ford.
Yeah.
Ford's back.
Actually, I think his brother owns it all, man,
Yeah.
but it was between the two of them.
You can see that on Beacon.
Yeah, that's all.
Patty, you want to see this? And want Joy to explain to you what we're talking
We
about?
got a lot of bills to pay, guys.
Yeah.
We're gonna be here a while.
Yeah, I don't feel like being here till midnight.
Yeah, can you guys?
Yeah, okay.
Leave. You don't need to be here for bill paying.
Well, she wants to find out what's going on.
You wanna pay bills first and then go over the budget?
Yeah.
Or we can do it same time, I can tell you. while
Let's
we're-
turn it into a small
let's start
parking
with-
area.
All right.
And put like a little boat ramp there for kayaks.
Guys,
You wanna show them?
Charge like
Do we need to
$5
stop the
for your
meeting?
car there to go kayak.
Well,
This is part.
and we're not sure what Brian Kelly's, whether he wants to claim adverse possession on that ground because he's mowed it all these years. I don't know. I don't know whether he'd have
He has,
claim,
he has to file for that.
he has to file claims. He does.
Yeah, and that's not.
And that's, we need her
Yeah,
to
she needs to go.
write a
and
letter telling her to
survey
quit cutting it.
And write him a letter to stay off of it, stay out of it, you know.
And he's gonna do it.
Eminent domain.
Yeah,
Well,
I
that's
told
how-
you he was walking into a mess, didn't I?
Well, I
I
give
told
you,
her that Friday.
this is already, this eminent domain has already happened right down the street from us. You know, the lot across the street from Mitchell's house? On the other side of that fence? That was eminent domain. An old man owned that house and died, or owned that land. Where the, you know, where the little milk house is?
Mhm.
The land on my side, behind the fence there. There was an old feller that owned that lot. For years and years, and he passed away 70 years ago. So no one owned that lot. And about year 2000, I went and I just checked on it. So I was thought about, I'd like to buy that lot, for put on my house. Well, as soon as, Seiferman, the woman Seiferman, his wife, Jack's wife, or found out, she went down there and filed for that piece of property because no one owned it
Yeah.
and had it added onto hers.
Me and Paul's the only one
Wow.
that knows where that's at. Shelby don't.
she should be.
So that's what Shelby was just saying, because that's government land, you can't do eminent domain on it. So he can't even do that.
Eminent domain.
Yeah, it's supposed to be part of Harrison Avenue, actually. That's what it is if you look at the thing for it, it says Harrison Avenue goes out into Indiana on further. It's just not there anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah, but if we own that piece of land, he can't claim it as his.
No, he
But
can't.
He can
can't.
try. He can file.
He could go and file in court that since he's taken care of it all the years and tried to, but
A letter
yeah,
on notice that we're.
I would just tell him to stay off the property. We'll go ahead, we'll take care of it
Yeah.
and be done with it. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
They got 5 gallon grill, where all that grass.
Well, you don't want to do that. Man, we
Yes,
need that grass there to absorb that water.
I still think you need a boat ramp in parking lots.
Oh.
There.
See, somebody seconded it.
that guy. will-
Well, he doesn't realize if we really drastically change that, you know, to make it flat and correct, all that water's gonna run to the
Right
yard.
into his.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
his
and
business.
then he'll really be complaining because he's gonna have a flood. And he'll have to tile his yard to get the water away from him. All right, I'm gonna start sending you guys bills through here,
All right.
but I got a few budget numbers I need to let you guys.
Okay,
know
let's sign
That
them.
we're changing. These are payrolls. And also too, you know, like if we do raises and stuff, we need to kind of talk about some of this stuff. before we go do this sometimes, you know.
You mean on
Anyway,
About
Jason's?
See that?
huh?
raises, reviews, any employment issues for employees of the town, you're allowed to have like a closed session
Yeah,
executive.
yeah, we just need to
Oh, I
talk,
didn't
we
think we
just
were allowed
need
to
to
do
talk
that.
about it before we do it. Yeah, we just need to talk about it before we do it. Because we have a certain amount of money coming in, not a unlimited amount, you know. And actually with the only reason this town does really well so far has been casino money.
Casino money, yeah.
And it's less and less and less. every
Is it?
year.
Is it
Yeah.
getting less?
Yeah, less and less and
And,
less.
and it can disappear too.
Yeah. Now, I'm gonna go down some of these. I left. I'm going through like the stuff for the prices, the budget and all this stuff here. all the pay for you guys, we, mine are as staying as, that's not changing. Maintenance is not gonna change right now. It's staying at 21,000. That's what it was. It's 21,000. We'll leave it there. We're gonna have maybe a little bit left. It's not really, we don't have any
So
left.
you don't need to
We don't-
appropriate any money and roll it over.
We don't really have anything left because we get a new amount every year. Whenever I put in the new budget for that amount, that's what we're setting. If I need more than that, I can pull from Riverboat and other things. And I've had to do that a few times for some of the projects we did and different things we've done. Now, taxes and stuff, I have a certain amount I put in there for FICA, SUDA, which is your taxes and all that. I'm not really gonna change them right now. Police uniforms, they've got all kinds of stuff this year that was bought them, so I don't see a sense in changing that. The supplies won't change, institutional won't change. Now, attorney fees, we have in the budget 6,000. That's what it's been for the last few years, and that has covered it. But the more ordinances and things you do.
Yeah.
It's a lot more. Sometimes we're paying way more in her fees than the ordinance is ever gonna give us. In anything, in any fines or any penalties or anything.
But that's something that has to be done. I
Yeah,
mean,
some
we
of
need
them-
those ordinances.
Some of them, yes, but some of them cost you like the deal with the Summit thing. If it goes south, it could cost us $20,000-$30,000 in fees and different things. It could.
Yes.
Yeah, but trying
Yeah.
to get, that's like we're getting for the house down there that we just tore down. We're not gonna get that money probably for years and years and years
No.
and years,
Right.
if we ever do. I don't know. I just hate to see us sometimes do things that I know you're not gonna gain from.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it's just, you have to, just to keep everything in order.
Yeah.
Cause I get, well, truthfully, I get a lot of bills come in that I didn't even expect. Or see, or know about until I get oh, okay. For 600 here, 600 here, whatever, that, then I gotta somehow, some places I gotta put them from. Like, they've never had enough for the police supplies. They allow 800 a year is what has been the budget for, I don't know how long. That's what it was last year. And I just followed suit with that, but they kill that in 2 months. Truthfully.
We've got more policemen too than we ever had.
Yeah, but they,
We only used to have one.
I know, we'll.
Quit buying
There's
Starbucks
always-
coffee.
No, but they buy enough patches for 400 police group.
That's the minimum. That's the minimum.
I know. It's just, to cover their stuff, I end up pulling some from Riverboat to
Yeah.
be able to cover their stuff from operating stuff, which I can do that
Yeah.
and I can continue to do that.
Yeah, not the bulletproof canvas.
It's just, I get a lot of bills that are unaffected. Don't know. They just show
You
up.
had that because of me.
Like I knew we were.
Gary didn't
expecting
want
to Get a blade.
But I
knew
got
we
mine,
were
and Gary's
expecting
like,
to Get a
"Give me."
blade to the bin or whatever, and the lawnmower worked on. Next thing
Yeah,
I know,
yeah.
I get a one where we bought a whole new assembly to go on the whole thing and all that. If I see a bill. I just seen an Apple's plumbing bill
You guys didn't change the patch, did you?
for
You didn't change the
$1,200.
patch, did you?
Didn't know anything about.
Who's approving?
They didn't send you an invoice or
Today?
just today?
I think I
Well,
might need a stack of them.
That's
When was this done?
something has to be done,
Yeah, but
man.
I think I.
And
really-
we had a hell of a leak
I
there.
know,
And if I wouldn't have caught it, what would that water bill been?
probably nothing because they don't charge us in
Right.
there.
I don't know. It was gushing out there pretty good. Something's gotta be
I
done though.
know you fix it.
They wanted the bathrooms
Let
open
me double check. They're either sheriff patches.
and I okayed it. I said, I
One of
told them.
those. I know I got a stack of patches.
You
I
just need
just
to know
can't
about
remember which
some.
ones they are.
Well, I'll call you next time.
Well, I mean, or something,
I'll
or,
call you or I'll text you.
well, I mean.
Say, hey, Larry,
they had
we're gonna
already-
have the bathroom worked on.
You all right with Mount?
Cause
St.
usually they
Joe's
give you an
patches?
estimate and tell you what's
You
gonna
all right
cost.
with Mount St. Joe's patches?
I don't know if they did or didn't.
Get
They
those for
didn't,
free.
I didn't even ask for one, Larry, I'll be truthful.
Cause they charge
And
$1,200 to fix two toilets and two
I know I
faucets.
definitely had one at the house.
$1,200 to fix two toilets, two flushers and two faucets.
well, they had to order parts for that Sloan valve,
Slow
and they had to
down,
put
it's cheap stuff.
a whole
It's
nother.
cheap. It's not expensive.
Well, if you get estimates,
I know, but
you gotta get 2 or 3 estimates.
I know, I was just, when I seen what they actually had done,
You don't have to get to.
I seen how much it was.
You gotta have somebody do it.
I know. And it's not that, it's just I get a lot of them that they show up. Unexpected kind of.
I agree, but there are things that need to be
I
done.
know.
I know too.
So I'm just going through what I know that I see and what,
Could just tear that building down and be done with it, so you don't have to use it.
at least mutual aid, now that's where we, store evidence.
Yeah.
That's $2,500 a year for us to store evidence, whether we store any or we don't.
Yeah.
So that's with Dearborn County. I guess it's probably the sheriff's, I would imagine. Is where it's at, I would think.
Probably.
Favorite property was down in the basement of the jail.
Well, maybe that's where it goes. I
That's
don't-
where,
Yeah.
it's a cage.
That's one we pay.
It's a cage locked
IT,
up area.
IT's always getting higher. I put in 5,000 for IT. Because even when I did this stuff, I didn't know what it was gonna cost
Right.
in the beginning, so. Training and travel, that's like when you go to meetings, stuff like that. There's only 400 in for that. Legal ads, 350, that's probably not gonna be enough. It normally is not enough. But I just do it out of riverboat when it's not.
Roll it out of river.
Yeah, or I can do it like out of different operating expenses. Insurance, that's $12,000 a year, roughly, every year.
And it's going up too.
And we usually get fined every year extra because we don't ask for workman's comp. We did last year.
Because we
got
don't
fined.
what?
We don't ask for workman's compensation for them to have
Oh.
workman's comp. We talked about this
Yeah,
months ago.
yeah.
Okay, none of the ones we use that I know right now have. None of them. So, so we just have to pay the extra penalty.
How
because
much
they
is the
don't-
fine penalty?
The last one I got from them was like $350 more
Yeah.
for it. But our base rate is higher because of, because we have to assume the liability
Right.
on the jobs that they do.
But wouldn't it be easier if we just drafted a letter saying that they have to have some kind of workers' comp, they have to show proof?
Out here where we're at, I'm not sure we could get enough vendors to do the jobs we do.
I don't think so
So
either,
much.
because not everybody carries workers'
Because
comp.
even these are good companies, Southwest Paving, Tumlin.
Yep.
These are
Well,
good companies that do this
and
stuff.
if you do
but they
that-
don't, none of them have it because they're basically family-run business with 2
Yeah.
or 3 people.
And the ones that do have it are gonna
So
higher price.
if we're,
Oh, they charge-
if we're always willing
Yeah,
to
they're gonna make it up that way.
cover the extra, I don't know exactly how much it is, but it's probably $1,500 a year extra that we're paying in insurance because they don't have workers' comp. I know like probably the city of Cincinnati, they have to have it. And like where I work at Bosch, they have to have it. That's just, or you can't work there. But they've never done that here with none of them that we have.
Yeah.
So something to think about, but right now we just pay the extra and we end up
Yeah.
covering the extra.
Yeah.
Expense.
Building me.
Utilities, streetlights, I put in 14,000 for it. That's been more than enough to cover it. That's what I put in last year for it and it covered it okay.
Yeah.
We actually, I think all in all come in maybe around $30,000 less than what it was last year, somewhere in that range. I don't know exactly the penny right now. Maintenance department, couple 2,000, building maintenance 2,500. They usually take most all of it, both of them. when it's all said and done, they take all their money by the end of the year or a little more, which is not a major issue. I mean, the general budget this year is 198,000 for our normal operating expenses for all the stuff we do. And Danny, that includes Danny in there and that stuff too.
Yeah, maintenance and stuff.
Then we have road and street. We get 5,000 in there, but we don't really do any major road blacktopping things. We haven't they did years ago. They blacktopped all this years.
Yeah.
What, 10 years ago, maybe something like
I
that.
remember that.
Some of these have money that keeps growing. You know, that we get so much per year and it just keeps growing. Some of them don't. Motor vehicle highway, we get money from them from the state of Indiana, from the comptroller from the state. You have motor vehicle highway restricted and unrestricted. The restricted is put in for major road repairs, stuff like that, and them kind of things. We don't touch it. It stays there.
Yeah.
Unrestricted is what we use for the police cars to service their gas, all the stuff like that. And I always end up, last year, we've already transferred 15,000 in there for next year because I knew we would be short. So we did a resolution 2 months ago, I think, to cover that. And we did the same thing to cover the fire department. Did a resolution for that. So I know it's covered too. I did get rid of ARP, for the American Relief Program.
Mhm.
The program was finally finished, but a lot of people still keep it in their thing. We used all the money up. There's no sense in even having it in our stuff anymore.
Yeah.
So I just closed
Be
it.
done with it.
And
Be
when I
done.
talked to, Department of Government Finance, DGLF in Indiana, problem. We just eliminated that one. The riverboat itself has a budget of 252,000. That 200,000 of that is in capital outlays, like what we paid to do the police station, or like the building that was down when the garage was built down there, or Jason a new police car or something like that. That'll all come out of there. And I put in 200,000 for that, whether we use it or we don't.
Yeah.
But that money, I put it in the budget so it's available for us to use. And if we don't use it, it sits in the bank. Basically, that's what it does. What else we got in here? And we pay utilities also out of riverboats, some of the utilities for the town, because we have 1, 2, 3 gas bills, 4 electric bills, 3 water bills. So some of that comes out of riverboat. Most of it that comes out of riverboat is like Harrison Utilities for the water. Out of places, I bring all that out of there just to take some of it off of our general budget.
Yeah.
What else is in here? Well, then lit public safety. And then you have lit public safety and you have lit certified shares. It comes from usually Dearborn County. And that is the money that's for your fire truck. The public safety one is the fire truck one, which we get so much every month. We're gonna say $2,200. And you add it all up to the end of the year, it's still not enough to pay for Harrison. That's why we do the resolution so I can transfer from riverboat, so we have enough money to pay the fire department next year. Now, next year, we're gonna have to renegotiate with the city of Harrison, because this is the last year on the 26 is the last year on the current contract we have for 3 years.
What do they get right now? Do you know?
42,536. That's what they're gonna get this in 26.
Okay.
And I don't expect to see it go any less. If anything, it's gonna go more. It's went more every year. roughly 3,000-4,000 a year. Roughly. So next year we'll have to negotiate with them about what about for the next 3 years.
Right.
But we don't have a whole lot of choice about
Right.
what
No.
we do either, because we can't afford to do a fire and EMS here. Actually, we don't have the. budget
Unless
for
we
this
go to
stuff.
Bright.
Well,
Go
they're
through
having,
there.
they're having trouble there.
Oh,
They
They
couldn't, I don't think they could cover us.
Yeah,
From Bright. Your
Well,
house
they
would be on the
stretch pretty
ground
thin,
before they
too.
ever got
oh,
there.
they can't, they're looking for people. They can't
Yeah.
get people anymore.
And I think they're more of a volunteer, aren't they?
It's all volunteer.
Yeah, because I used to, when I was young, I did it in New Trenton and we were all volunteer.
Yeah. Yeah, the
Uh,
township gives money to Bright, Harrison, and New Trenton
Yeah.
fire
The,
departments.
yeah, the last I left for the budget is, I left the 11,100 for the unsafe building. I left that budget there. I could have got rid of it and just dismissed it. But just in case we run into something,
Right.
you know, that might help even possibly with something like the issue over here with the homeless and stuff.
Yeah.
It's possible that could
That's
somehow be
possible, yeah.
used into something like that if we
Yeah.
needed to. I just kept it in there that it doesn't change anything or make a whole lot of difference. And I don't particularly think we're gonna be tearing any more houses down for a while.
No.
I mean, not that I know of anyway. That's basically the budget. The only thing I had to actually change and add more money to was police.
Police.
Yeah. I asked for last year, we ran, well, until last year, they were all part-time. So they were only running 35,000 a year or so for everyone when you took them all together. This year, we're gonna use it all. And probably a little bit more. Because you decided to hire in the middle of the year, so I couldn't put money in there to
Shuffle.
you know, to bring it up.
Yeah.
I added another 10,000 to it, so it's 75 that. And I've just took and calculating the hours he normally works with the hours that I see the part-time guys normally work, and it should be enough to cover. Or it'll be real close. It'll be right with it.
Yeah.
That was the only one I really had to add money to so much. And even like the one I did for, the IT, I actually took $1,000 back out of it because I seen after what it cost us, and I know what it's gonna cost in the future for us to do these tapings and all this stuff, and it's not as much as I thought it was gonna be, so I brought it back down 1,000. That's basically it, and I actually did put them to, I made a smaller version of this for like people to see. They can actually see all 5 of these budgets on one sheet. Let's see if I got one here or not. I stuck them out there. They can see the base numbers. Like it's public information
Right.
that they can actually see what the budget, so they know what we're spending, basically, or what we're asking for.
Right.
That's the end of that. That's all of that. I just want you guys to know, so we know what we're spending. You know, we're looking,
yeah.
our total budget is right at $500,000. Right around it. Which, that's actually cheap for a town. I mean, like for his budget and stuff in the city, you're looking at.
Oh, yeah.
2.5 billion. Or something like that.
Right.
It's a godly amount. Ours altogether, 535,958 right now. And it's going to change a few dollars when I do these new numbers for lift and that, but it ain't gonna change a whole lot. So that's that. So this is all your guys's. Start signing.
Shelby, you probably want to get out of here, don't you? We're just signing. Thank you, Shelby.
What is this?
What's the name of? SNSS.
Okay.
2 dumpsters that got brought down there. Trash.
Okay.
pickup.
John Hancock on that, buddy, someplace.
So it must have been stuck there or something.
Yeah, it probably did, Rick.
Get it back to you. Just don't sign it again.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Huh?
You're welcome.
And actually, I kind of figured probably this year, you probably are gonna be looking at more likely another car this year. At least probably next year.
Crown Vic
I'm
ain't gonna
thinking,
last forever.
no, I'm thinking, and the other one's a few years old too. It's a 2018 or something now, so it's already 7 years old.
6-4.
Huh?
22nd.
Well, yeah, so I kind of figured more likely we're gonna be looking for one anyway. But I don't know of any other major,
If we can afford it.
well, I just don't know any other major
Yeah.
outlays that we're gonna be having
The cruise.
next year. We knew we were gonna be doing the police station, you know, for
Yeah.
a year and a half or so anyway. But that's done. I don't know that. Is there any other,
Did we pay
Now-
for the door that's supposed to be replaced downstairs?
Not yet.
I think it's actually been paid for, but they haven't swapped it.
Well, see, I was talking with Jason.
Got the
about-
wrong door.
Yeah, they were supposed to swap it with a different door.
Yeah.
Jason's-
Text done today about seeing where we're at.
Cause I think, well, I think they've already, now, the contractor, Tumlin,
Yes.
I think he's already been paid for the door in the beginning, and because they said they were just gonna swap out the door.
Well,
Frame
he
stays-
messed the original
Frame
door up.
stays, all that stays. He's just gonna swap the door. for the right
Okay.
one. So we
Yeah.
said, okay, swap the door. And I have one in here for AA striping cut. This is one of them that came out and painted all the railroad stripes and the
Okay.
new signs and all that stuff. That was all free from IDOT. I filled in for a grant to pay for all of that. It didn't cost us anything. They actually sent me the check before I even got the bill. So I had to put the check in the bank and then paid the bill.
Yeah.
And I know the check's good because it came over the same person that pays us half of our funding. I know, I guess one, we are getting a new bill this year. I didn't really see it last year. But I guess they're sending us a separate water bill now for the work. That I never seen last year, but I seen it this year.
Last year, we never had the bathrooms open at all.
Okay, that's why I didn't see it last year.
That's why you did it.
Yeah, because I did get a new bill. I went ahead and paid it because it was new to them too, they said.
Yeah.
She sent me a letter, a little thing with it.
So who's using that? The homeless?
No.
Yeah.
Probably as much. as
Have you
anyone.
caught them in there cleaning up? Have you seen them?
Oh, I'm sure they do. I mean, I was homeless and out there and I seen a bathroom sitting there.
Oh, yeah.
Too.
Well, so far, the bathroom hasn't been tore up. It has been
Destroyed.
destroyed. It's been in pretty good shape. Cause I check it every night.
Well, it's like,
We have enough people living, watching the toilet to catch them.
potty watchers.
Well, we try, all of us try to watch that park,
Yeah.
make sure nothing.
Yeah, there's a guy who hangs out back there at the soccer fields. And I was talking with Jason about it, and the guys that run the soccer field said he's all right. And he's just loafing there and charging his phone on our wall outlet.
Yeah.
Is it the old guy with the big long beard?
No, skinny. Well, actually, the guy's built real good. I've seen him around here. He wears that ball cap with the red on it. Looks like he could run 20 miles. Looks healthy as a horse.
Looks like you could probably work a full-time job.
Buddy Jackman had that garage down there for years. He asked a couple of them if they wanted to make some money, wanted to do some work, and they told him no.
That's a form, them, or that right there is for the form you're filling out right now. How much it costs to brief the form. I know.
If I didn't enjoy air conditioning and indoor plumbing so much, I could probably be homeless. Be all right.
I hear you. That sounds reasonable to me.
Minutes.
Yeah, right.
Yep. That's.
You see, got the Cronin signs down there for
Yeah.
Cronin Chevrolet?
See that? Yeah, they got them in the yard. They ain't got the big one downtown
Yep.
yet. I wonder how long it's even gonna be Chevrolet though.
I was hoping he'd make it Cronin GMC is what I was hoping he was gonna make. I guess I wouldn't have to drive to
It's just from what
freaking Amelia to get my truck worked on.
it's just from what I'm seeing that with Chevrolet, they're shutting down about
Yeah,
hundreds of dealers.
Yeah.
They're just closing,
yeah.
hundreds of them.
I don't know. I've heard so much bad stuff from the service departments of both Hurlinger and Cronin. I don't know if it's
I've
true.
had Cronin's worked on my diesel
I've never had any.
2 or 3 times. They fix it, but it's not cheap. It's never cheap.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
No Hag.
Now,
does
they
a
did
good
good on my Kia. My Kia come from there, my wife's Kia.
Yeah.
That's been a fantastic car. I'd buy another one.
My daughter's got a Kia.
I wouldn't even think about it.
My daughter's got a Kia that she loves, and that's her second one. And my ex-wife's she's on her third one. Yeah.
They're good cars.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I will
do.
never buy another one from Cronin.
You had trouble at first one, didn't you?
Yep. That first one that they cracked the oil pan on and told us everything was fine and we blew up the motor on it.
Oh,
My
It
God.
had less than 1,000 miles on it and they were trying to tell us it was our fault. Like, no, we
Well,
brought it to you guys and you said you filled it up with oil, even though the dashboard's saying it's empty, has no oil. They're like, no, we know for a fact we put oil in there, so you're fine. We can't get you in for service for 3 weeks. So we drove it for 3 weeks without any oil in it. Till it finally just kind of
Locked up.
locked up on us. And it was our fault. Like, no,
Wow. You had to get a lawyer, didn't you?
we almost did.
During this
we
thing,
need to adjourn this so we can shut that off.
Let's adjourn the meeting.
a second.
Second, third.
No, we almost got a lawyer. That's how we got them to,
What'd you get at? Did they
Oh.
cover it finally?
they basically, they gave us a new car, the exact same car.
I was gonna say, they should do something.
But they charged us like I want to say 12 or 1,500 bucks